It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Today we've got a beer from Magic Rock Brewing Company, and this is their Chameleonic. It's a double dry hop IPA, coming in at 6% ABV. 440 milliliter can. Picked this up in Waitrose for £2.70. £2.70 a can. This year, 2021, and of course the back end of 2020, was the year of picking up new beers in Sainsbury's and Asda. And to a certain extent, because Morrison's have been doing this now for about 18 months, Morrison's. But they all charge £3 and above. It's a bit like Marks and Spencer's. You go in there, you think to yourself, am I going to find some decent beer? And lo and behold, they got a little stash of 440 milliliter cans for a half decent price. I think Marks and Spencer's charged them about £4 for a can of beer. Waitrose, John Lewis type store, you know, you're thinking, you know, this is proper top end stuff here. For them to undercut the general kind of main four supermarkets by at least 30p a can, I think is quite, you know, it's almost amusing. Top end supermarket, cheapest price for a can of beer, but it's Magic Rock. I've got my fingers crossed that this is going to be a really good beer. So here we go then, let's get it out into a glass and see what we get. Nice bit of smoke on the can opening, beer in the glass. I'm hoping it's going to be really good. I'm hoping that the guy that they've employed at Waitrose on the beer aisle knows his stuff. I'm hoping that when Magic Rock sent him a couple of these to try, he knew what he was talking about and he knew what he was looking for. Because I think if he's managed to get this right for £2.70 a can, well, I think we'll all be going to Waitrose, won't we? And how often would you say that? You know, how often would you say, oh, let's all go to Waitrose for our beer? Because generally in life, if you're watching this from abroad, Belgium, Germany, or America, Waitrose is a top-end supermarket. If you want to go and buy something pretty kind of pricey in Waitrose, you can go and buy something pretty pricey in Waitrose. It's right up there, you know, like, I'll tell you a quick story before we get into the beer review. My cousins all went to uni, you know, got big 4 or 5 bedroom houses, drive around in BMWs, that type of thing. And I seen them in Waitrose, even though it was like a walking distance for me when they had the Barry store. I seen them in there the one time, and the first thing they said to me was hello, and the second thing they said to me was, what are you doing in here? And oof, it was one of those like where you step back moments in life, like, what, am I not allowed to be in here? It's within walking distance to my house. Anyway, apart from that, that was just a kind of like, for our European friends, American friends, that was a very quick introduction to Waitrose. It's a pretty well-to-do place. Well, first of all, let's look at the beer. So a lovely orangey amber coloured beer, nice and hazy, one finger white head, small amount of carbonation rising up the side of the glass. Let's get the aroma. Yeah, and I'm going to say for the price point, it smells okay. I have one little concern. And that it smells slightly synthetic on the aroma. It smells slightly like you're getting a bit of orange cordial or something on the aroma of the beer. But it still smells pretty decent. Mango, passion fruit, grapefruit, orange peel, fleshy blood orange aromas. Let's dive in. Cheers, everybody. It's really interesting. It's very drinkable. It's very drinkable. It's very refreshing. They're the first two things that hit my mind. For the double dry hopped IPA, it's incredibly drinkable. It's juicy, refreshing, lovely. I am still slightly concerned though. It has a slightly, or not slightly, there's an astringent flavour coming through here. It feels... It feels slightly synthetic, like they've actually used some kind of cordial, like a mixed fruit cordial concentrate. I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong, because I did the unboxing video and there was somebody who commented on this specific beer, my Waitrose unboxing video, and they were like, the Chameleonic from Magic Rock is lush. That was his words. He really liked it. It's the price point that's stopping me from... Like, I'm giving it the benefit of the doubt. I'm giving it the benefit of the doubt for that £2.70 price point. It's at least 30 pence compared to Asda prices, and at least £1 cheaper than what you would get in somewhere like Sainsbury's or Marks and Spencer's if you were to buy this another Magic Rock beer. So there's a part of me, but then again, I got to say something here. £2.70, it wasn't that long ago where you could get an incredibly good beer in Waitrose for £2.70. I remember when they first released Thornbridge beers into a supermarket, and Thornbridge Brewery chose Waitrose. So you used to get the old Jai Pur in 550ml bottles, and there was a New Zealand Pale Ale as well, which was terrific. That was available in Waitrose as well in 550ml bottles, and that was about, I mean I'm talking about 8 years ago now, but that was about, they were going for about £2.50 a bottle back then, which made you go a little bit, because they were already at least 50 pence more per bottle than any other beer on the supermarket shelf, but it was great beer. So what I'm saying is, are we now used to paying £3 to £4 for a 440ml can of craft beer? And by Waitrose choosing to go in 30 pence cheaper, does it immediately in our minds make you think, it's slightly cheaper, and we can give this the benefit of the doubt? I'm going to be honest with you. And this is the question that I will ask myself: would I buy this beer again myself for £2.70 a can in Waitrose? And I'm going to be perfectly honest and say my answer would be no. No, I wouldn't purchase this beer again for £2.70 for a can. No, I wouldn't. I think there's something quite synthetic about it. Yes, they put the words double dry hopped IPA, 6% ABV. Of course, we all know, or people in the beer world know, that Magic Rock have climbed down in terms of quality quite a long way from where they were even 2 or 3 years ago. Magic Rock were one of the top 4 breweries in the UK, producing incredible beer. They've been bought out by the company that now owns Lion Lager. And For me, it's been a slow decline of quality from Magic Rock. What you used to get from Magic Rock, very similar style cans, but you used to get kind of like, they would break down what yeast they would use, what hops they would use, almost like you could brew the beer yourself if you were willing to do that. Now on the side of the can, it just contains barley, oats, wheat, and wheat, and that's it. Then you go on to your next language. Bit of a shame, and I apologise to that lovely person who commented saying that they really love this beer. If you really love the beer, that's completely fine, completely fine. I'm just giving you my opinion. Carry on enjoying it. Rated. If you handed me this glass of beer in a blind taste test and said this came from Tiny Rebel, I'd have no arguments. It seems that there's a few breweries out there now who are producing very similar kind of adjunct kind of style beers, like throw in kind of cordials into their beer that maybe they shouldn't do, you know, especially for that price point. It's almost like an open secret. They think it's a secret. They think they're kind of like pulling the wool over our eyes, but really they're not. The only people they're kind of trying to pull the wool over their eyes are the people themselves in the brewery. It's not great from Magic Rock. I wouldn't buy it again for £2.70. I'll go back to buying something like this, which was at least 70 pence a bottle cheaper and was a far, far better beer from exactly the same supermarket. I'm going to rate it, I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10. It's a 5 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. Never thought I'd be saying that for a Magic Rock beer. The double dry hopped, I just don't, there's something lurking in that beer that yeah, I think it's probably concentrate. Thanks for watching. Please put your comments in the comments box. Subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews. Give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom. Cheers.